And I hope my screen is also visible to everyone now.
Yes, we can
Great.
see the screen.
Yes, yes. So again, I welcome everyone to this session on Build Your Class website. That is demo session on Google Certified Educator from Tech for Educators, Google Cloud Partner Company. And before we start the session, any specific expectation from any of the participant? Anyone?
No.
Okay. So okay, so I'll just start this one. So this is about myself. Like I'm a Google certified trainer and Microsoft certified data scientist. I have trained nearly about 1,000 educators on digital tools in the last 1 year. Even presented a paper on at an international conference on digital pedagogy. Right. So this is about myself, what I've been doing, and this is going to be the outline of this session. And first of all, we'll create the homepage. We'll learn how to create an educational website, wherein we'll be creating the homepage. We'll be adding the images, add the learning resources, and as well as we'll publish the website. After this, we will learn about what all different things are available under Google Tools or which are available in this training program. Like, for example, creating an educational website, digital classroom, interactive quizzes, mobile app, question answer forum, gradebook, AR, VR lesson. So anyway, we'll have this slide again. So these are the things we'll be covering. And after this, we'll be covering why to become a Google certified educator, digitally smart teachers, and exam process and other details. Right. So this is going to be the agenda of the session, and we will conduct this session at the moderate pace. So so that generally what happened in the session, we have participants from every background, right? Some participants are at beginners and some participants are at the advanced level. So here we'll be having at the moderate pace. And to learn to create a website, participant need to switch the tabs, right? So I'm sure some of you will be creating website along with me. So there will be a Zoom video on one tab, and on another tab, you can reach out by pressing Alt and tab, right? So you can create the website along with me. In case you are not comfortable with switching the tabs, then you can watch the session now and create the website later after watching the recordings, right? So this is the thing that you can do. And beginners of technology can easily learn Google tools with some hand holding, right? Especially some participants, those who are new to technology, let me mute everyone. So some participants, if they're beginners in technology, definitely they can learn it. And generally what happened in our training session, we have two batches, one for beginners, one for regular. So all beginners, we have a separate batch, and a complete hand-holding session is for them. So you don't have to be worry about this part. Everyone can learn technology. And now we are starting from Google side. Right. So before I start, I have a question from everyone. So I get to know. So how will you define yourself in technology? Beginners, comfortable, or expert? I think we have all kind of participants, beginners, comfortable, and expert as well, right? So that is why I think we'll be doing the session in the moderate space so that everyone can learn. And this is about Google site. So digital tools from Google for education to create educational website. And this is again one of the topic of Google Certified Educator course. So this is about Google site. And anyone has created a site over here before? Any educator, do you have any website? So basically, largely based on the feedback that we collected. So we never thought of creating a website, right? Why? Because school or college already has one. So that is one reason. And sometimes we don't know the coding, or assuming it is a very costly affair. That is why I never thought of creating a website. Very difficult to learn. And finally, when I never felt the need of creating a website only, right? So those are the reason of not creating the website. And the best part of Google site is no cost, completely free of charge, no coding, very easy to learn, and many applications are there. When I say many applications are there, it means you can create a site for your department, event, project, your subject. As a class teacher, you can create your own separate website. You can share the learning resources on the website. You can create faculty portfolio. You can take assignments in the format of a website. And this is going to be for every screen from desktop to smartphone. Even you can collect fee or sell the courses using the website, this website, the site that Google site, right? So now what I'll do, before we move forward, I'm just sharing a link with everyone on this site part so that we can start creating the site. So I'm sharing a link with everyone on Zoom chat. I have shared a link with everyone. Please click on that link. Everyone, please click on that link. Everyone, did you click it? Right. So we are now there on the website. Right. So this is the we call it edit page. So now we'll be making changes. And before we start making the changes, I will show you this one as well. Just give me a minute. On a simple website, right? So that you have idea of what kind of website is going to be there. So so here is a website. So this is a kind of website that we will be creating over here. So for example, this is a website for science department, right? So here we have different images. This is an image of a science department, different activities conducted by them. Even we can have Google Calendar over there. In case if you're selling any of the courses, even we can collect the fee using this website. So for example, if anyone online coding, if I click onto it, I can directly make the payment. So we can have this course page over there. We can have a success page where we can communicate the success stories of many students on our website. And as a teacher, we have been organizing many kind of activities, webinars and seminars. So here we can have, we can organize all the activities, and we can collect all the names and registration, completely automating the process using Google Forms in the website. So this is the way we can do it. Similarly, in case you want to show the details of all the faculty members, we can have it. And another good part of the website is the dashboard. So what is the dashboard? So for example, a dashboard is a summarization of all the information of a student or a department or your subject, right? So for example, you want to show the progress of students or some more details about your department. So in this way, you are showing the details, and what all can be done. This is completely flexible, right? So and without any coding. So for example, you can see this is the details of your student, progress of students, and Aniket has scored 50%, right? So what I'll do, I'll go to the back side of this sheet and I'll make it 100%. So here will show, I will see it has increased to 100%. And if I update this website, right? So again, even we will able to update this sheet as well, right? Now this is 100%. So this is completely flexible, and then you can always share the learning resources. Reference learning resources can be shared. It can be a Google slide. It can be a PDF file. Even you can prepare a video library over here. So here is a video library. For example, if I'm an environmental teacher, right, and I like some videos from YouTube, so I can directly insert those videos on my website, right? Here, if I click onto it, it will start playing. Now, I just want to ask, do we have to worry about the copyright issue in case if I'm inserting some YouTube videos on my website? Anyone? Do we have to worry about the copyright issue? So the best part of it, we do not have to worry about the copyright issue, right? Because we are directly embedding this video or inserting this video from the YouTube on Google site, and we are playing from his own channel only, right? So we don't have to worry about the copyright part, but part number one. And whatever advertisement will come on this video will be you won't get that revenue or advertisement money. This guy will be getting the money, right? So anyway, means we are helping this guy to promote his video using our website. So that is why we don't have to worry about the copyright part as well, right? And similarly, we can have this kind of lab calendar and class calendar. So many kind of calendar can be shared. In that annual timetable can be shared using a website. And so this is the way. So what we'll do, we'll start creating the pages like this science department page. So I hope this edit page is there in front of everyone now. Everyone, please go to that page, untitled site. Right. First of all, we'll be changing the name of the website. Can you see on the left-hand side, untitled site? Just click on it, click on that site, and here I'm writing. So we are creating a website for class 10. So here I'm writing class 8 2021. So we are creating the website for class 8. And everyone, left-hand side, just click on that left-hand side top corner. Now please come to your page title, right? Which is the central part of the website, your page title, and click on title. Just keep the cursor over there and delete your page title. And here we can write again class 8. Right, everyone? So here I have written class 8. Now what to do? Everyone, I hope you're doing along with me. Now we want to change the image, background image of this one. So how to change the background image? Can you see something called change image over there on the left hand side? Change image. If you click onto it, it will give you two options, upload and select image. If you click on select image, what will happen? We can directly select the image from internet. In case if you select upload, then you have to upload the image directly from your from your laptop. So assuming we don't have any relevant images on our laptop, that is why we are selecting option number 2, select image. After once you have selected option number 2, select image. Monica, my screen is shared with everyone. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
No, sir, it is not visible.
Other participants?
So it is visible.
It is visible to everyone because I have just shared the screen. Just madam, you have to update it, I think. So just refresh it. Visible, right? So I can see all the comments visible. So now here you have a gallery. In case you want to update any image from the gallery, from here we can update. Otherwise, there is another option called, third option is there, search. So search, in case I want to search any image directly from Google search, Google image search, I can pick the image. So please click on search, which is option number 3. And here I am writing a school building. And then click on search. So here we are getting many buildings over there. So whichever building that you're liking, we have to double click on it. Whichever building that you're liking, we have to click, double click on it, so that you get that image over there. Right, everyone? Did you get the image?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now what we want to do with the website? So here, you see, this is something like we have some images, but before images, we have some activities conducted by department. This is called text box. So now we will be inserting a text box in our website. So how to insert a text box? Can you see on the right hand side, there is something called insert, everyone. Right hand side top corner, insert is there. Under insert, you will see option called text box. So if I click on text box, a text box will come on the screen. Top corner right hand side, insert option is there. If you click on text box, insert box will come over there. Now here we can write activities or whatever you want to write. You can write syllabus, curriculum, subject name, whatever you want to write, you can write in the text box. Now we want to increase the size of this one. So how to increase the size? You just keep the cursor over there and you will see normal text on the top bar. Just click onto it. You will see title and heading. Just select title over there. You will be able to increase the size. Everyone, did you able to increase the size? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now we'll be changing the, for example, this is a white color, right? We want to change the background color. So in case you want to change the background color, on the left hand side of your activities or the text box, you will see a color palette over there by the name of section background. Can you see? If you click on section background, please select emphasis number 2. If you select, don't select emphasis number 1, select emphasis number 2, and you will be able to change the color. So now we have changed the color of the box, right? So we have now activities, and now some of you want to change the color as well, right? So we'll see how to change the color of this box after some time. Now what we want to do, we want to insert some images. So to insert some images, again we have to go to right hand side. Insert option is there. Just go below insert, you will see layouts. Everyone, can you see layout? If you select option number 2, just single click on it where 2 images are there. So in case you want to insert 3 images, 4 images, right? So different options are available. So please select option number 2 with 2 images. Now we want to add some images over here. So how to add the images? There is a plus sign. Can you see plus sign? So if I click on plus sign, and again, you have 2 options over there. Upload in case you want to upload something directly from the internet, sorry, from your laptop, and select image in case you want to upload something from internet. So as of now, we'll be selecting the option option number 2, which is called select image. So I'm selecting the image. And again over here, Google Drive by URL, and the third option is there, Google Images. So in case you want to search some images directly from internet, so select option number 3, which is called Google Images. And now here we can search for the option images. So let's suppose quiz competition I'm searching for. Just write whatever you want to search for, just write that text. Now many images are coming relevant to our search query, and whichever image that we want to insert, double click on that image. If you click double, 2 clicks, that image will get into the search box. Sorry, on the website. And then we can write some text over there. For example, I can write quiz competition, and below we can write some description over there. So I'm repeating the process for everyone, and those who understood the process, they can do it on their own. And for other participants, I'm just repeating the process, clicking on the plus sign, select image, option number 2, Google Images, which is option number 3, and search for the images. Here I'm writing debate competition, and selecting any relevant image by double click on it. Then here I'm writing debate competition and some text. I'll just wait for other participants to do it.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are these going to be later hyperlinks like quiz competition, debate competition?
No. We can create the hyperlink, but this is not the hyperlink as of now.
Okay, just for the information with the images.
Yes, something like this, because we have to define what exactly we are doing, right? So
okay.
This is, you can say, defining the image or giving the more information about the activities that we have conducted.
Okay, thank you.
Everyone done with this part? Now we want to insert some videos, right? So how to insert some videos? Again, insert right hand side top corner, and you will see layout. again, same process we have to repeat for the images. Same process we have to repeat for videos. So again, I'm selecting option number 2, 2 images. So now here I have to give plus sign. And now instead of selecting image, I'll be selecting YouTube. Can you see option number 4, YouTube?
Yes.
So if I select YouTube, now here we can select, for example, I want to provide my students some videos. Some videos on reference material on class 8 science. So I've just selected class 8 science and crop production.
Here can we upload our own videos?
Yes. You can also
but the
upload
thing
your
is,
own videos.
if I want to show it to only the people who pay for the course,
Yes.
how can I do that then?
Then you have to share your website with specific people only.
Okay. And do I have to create my videos on YouTube and then
No,
share it, or
no.
just
2 options are available. Either you can upload the video on YouTube or upload the video on Drive.
okay. Sir, will you just touch on those points later on?
So many things are there, right? So since it's a 1 hour session, so I have to show nearly about 8 to 9 tools are there, right? So just so just let's finish off this part first, right? So just double click on any of the video. All right, so here I can write reference video for science. Similarly, I'll repeat the exercise with another plus point, YouTube. And here I'm writing, let's suppose mathematics. It can be CBSE or whatever thing that you want to select. So I'm selecting rational numbers. So I got another video.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, but I have a question, a very small question. Later on, when we do this course, will you help us to create a site with our own individual requirements?
Yes. We will help you, right? Because what will happen, madam, we'll show you all the functionalities, and every functionality you will do along with us, right? So we have 3-hour session on Google site. So as of now, we are covering Google site in 20 minutes. Otherwise, we have 3-hour session on Google site. So we touch upon each and everything.
Okay, and will you help us to custom make our own websites?
Yes, madam. You will be learning everything on your own, right? Okay. So everything you will be able to create, right? And in case you need any help, always we are there to provide you the help, right? So this part we can discuss toward the end, right?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Right, everyone. So I have inserted 2 videos over there. Now on the left hand side, can you see a color palette is there? So I'm just changing the color again, emphasis 2, right? So just we are changing the option, and I've selected option number 2 over there, clicking and emphasis number 2. So now we have a web page where we have some images, some learning resources, and first of all, you want to change some color over here, right? You are not liking this color. So how to change the color? So can you see option number 3 on top corner, insert pages and themes. So if you click on themes, from themes, we can change the color. So whichever color that you want to change, you can select that option and you can change the color.
So in case you inserted 2 videos here, let us say one video gets deleted, like it happened with me, then how do I put up that second one?
Madam, generally it is recommended better to insert again and do it.
Again,
because this is a tough process of, you can do it, but this process will take less time and this process will take more time.
Right, sir.
Right, everyone. So now what I'm doing, now we want to see how your website will look to the audience. Audience means whoever will come on your website, how they will find the website, right? So on top, can you see a computer icon on the top, everyone? The option name is preview, just near 2 arrows on the right hand side. If you click onto that, you will see this is the way your website will look to the people who are going to come on your website, right? And again, the best part of it, this website is mobile friendly. What do you mean by mobile friendly? Anyone, because 70% of the students or parents will come to your website from mobile, right? So can you see after going to the preview option, you will see a mobile icon towards the right hand side bottom corner. You will see a mobile icon. If you click on mobile icon, this is the way your website will look on the mobile, and this is the way it will look on desktop.
Ankush, I have a question here.
Mhm.
So in that case, like, what will be the domain name of this website?
We are coming. Once we publish the website, it will be there. Just 1 minute.
So it will be created as per Google
Yes.
terms. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
I'll be coming in 2 minutes. Right.
Done. Okay.
So now everyone, we have to exit the preview option. Just by clicking on that cross sign, we can exit the preview option. So now we are there on this thing, right? So class 8 activities, reference videos for science, reference videos for maths. And now you want to share this site with your friends, students, or teachers, right? So the best part of it, this website is again will be available on Google search as well. Google search means, for example, if you have created a website on your name, for example, you have created a website on charugoel.com, right? So if somebody is searching for Charugoel Ahmedabad, and if you have created this website, possibly this website may come on the search, right? But it is a long process. It will not happen immediately. So now, first of all, we have to publish the website. So how to publish the website? Can you see on the right hand side, there's an option called publish. So if you click on publish, here we have to write the web address. This is going to be a unique web address. So everyone, for example, you can write your own name over here. You can write your tuition classes, school name, whatever name that you want to write, right? You can write the name over there. So for example, I can write Ankush Demo 1617, right? So as per your choice, you can write any of the web address and then say publish. Shall I click on publish? Okay. So now what we have done, we have published a website. Published a website means now this website is live. Live means it will be, we can share the link of this website with anyone. Even they will able to find out the website on Google search, but as I told you before, they will not able to find your website on Google search immediately, because to get your site on Google search, at least you have to add some good content on your website, right? So if you have good content on your website, then definitely after 15 days or 1 month, it may come on Google search as well. But as of now, this is the website, which is live website. You can share with anyone. And how to get the link of this website? Can you see there is a link option just next to the preview option? You will see a link option. Just click onto that. So this is the thing which will come. sites.google.com/your name will be there. So this sites.google.com is always going to be there, right? In case you need a website directly on your own domain, then in that case, you need to buy a domain which will cost you 800 rupees per year. So largely, I don't recommend if you're a teacher or a private tutor with a small tuition classes, then no need to buy a domain. But if you are running a large coaching institute, or if you own a school, something like that, then definitely you should buy a domain on the name of the education institute, and which will cost you 800 rupees. Otherwise, for the individual teachers, this is perfectly okay. sites.google.com/ so sites.google.com will come in between always. Right, everyone? So now your website is live. And you can share the link with anyone. You can share the link of your website either on WhatsApp, on email. So you can share the link, right? And they will able to come to your website. So now coming back to the presentation.
Sir, like you said, the domain name, right?
Yes,
Our
yes.
school, we've got a domain name from Google,
Right.
prgworldschool.com. So the teacher can create the individual on that domain.
Yes. They will able to create the on that domain. They will able to create the website. Right. That website is going to be your class website or subject website. So highlights of Google for Education tools. So here are the highlights, right? So the first part is nearly about 18+ Google tools are available for your all classroom management needs. 13 crores educators and students are using it across the globe. Very easy to learn, no cost for the educator, students, even for the tuition providers. Right? So even if you're offering tuition, no, you don't have to worry about the cost part. And then empowering the educators. But sometimes nowadays we have some worry, not everyone. Some teachers have worry about the Byju, Vedantu. Will they replace the teachers? But here all Google tools are there to help you to create your own digital resources, right? So they are completely empowering you, and you can create your own mobile app like Byju's, right? Using digital resources of Google. So many features are available. And so what is Google Certified Educator? So it is a certification given by Google to the educators who are proficient in using digital tools in education. And again, it is one of the most valued tech certification for teachers. And so what you will learn in this training program, so I'll give the live demonstration of a couple of tools. So first of all, overview of Google tools. So here already we have covered this part of education website. You will be able to create a digital classroom with all your lesson quizzes, assignments, gradebook in one app. You can create interactive quizzes with audio, video, link feedback. You can share all the learning resources using a mobile app. You can have a question answer forum over there. You can have a gradebook to check the progress of your entire class. Video lessons can be there. Even you can use AR, VR in your lesson plan. That is augmented reality and virtual reality. Many apps are there which are going to be helpful in your improving your productivity. Online storage is available. You can set the class reminder. You can set your entire annual schedule. You can have web-based chat system. Even you can gamify the quiz. You'll able to learn how to create a YouTube channel and the playlist. Even you'll able to analyze the data, and you'll be learning about the spreadsheet advanced concept as well. So the best part of this thing is you will able to move from the basic knowledge of digital tools to expert in using digital tools. Because I know during pandemic, many of the teachers have learned 3, 4 or some more than 3, 4 tools. But over here, it will help you to move from the basic to the advanced one. So for example, let me give some, this is a Google slide. Right, so I hope, I think all of us know how to create PPT or Google slide. So now, have you ever thought, can I insert some quizzes, some quizzes, some poll directly in my presentation? Yes. So now, so this feature is not directly from Google, but this can be used along with Google tools. So I'm just showing you another example. So this is that slide again. I'm going to the next slide. And now I want to understand whether students are learning anything or not. So within the slide, they have to answer a question. Traditionally, how we do digital marketing, they cannot move further, right? They cannot move further until unless they don't answer it. If they have answered it, now they can go to the next slide. Similarly, there is a poll now, right? So they have to answer the poll before they move to the something like this. Even we can add a video, and in the video itself, we can add a quiz. So let me play. Right. So within the YouTube video, we can have a question over there. So this is the way now all teacher will be using the digital resources even in their physical classroom. Another example is their Google Earth, right? So I hope, I think some of you have already know about what is Google Earth. Have you used Google Earth before? Anyone?
Yes, I
There
have.
are few of them we are using. For the
Okay.
classes.
Right. So I will tell you this is the basic knowledge, and how in this program we'll be learning about the advanced part of Google Earth, right? So we'll start from the basic one. So this now most of the teachers are aware of Google Earth, right? Which is over here, and we can directly go to Agra. All right, so we are there in Agra. So this is the thing that most of the teachers are aware of. But how I can integrate this into my lesson plan, right? So I'll just show you another example. So this is another link, and the way we have learned the website, similarly, you will be able to create such kind of lesson which can be used with most of the subject, whether it's mathematics, science, language, right, or social science. With most of the subjects, you can use this kind of lessons. So here, in order to teach historical monuments of India, I have created this lesson. Right, so you will see historical monuments of India, and Hampi, Hawa Mahal, Qutub Minar, Ajanta caves are there. So let me present it to everyone. So first of all, we are going to Hampi, which is there in Karnataka. Right. In case if my student want to learn more about Hampi, then even I have inserted a video. And even text information is available, right? So now I am sharing one information in 3 formats, using augmented reality, using a video, and even using a text. And whether students are learning from it or not, even I can conduct a test. So now we are going to Ajanta Caves. And in Ajanta Caves, even questions are there. Right, so I am checking from this whether students have learned anything out of it or not. So with the help of this thing, right? So this is the way that we have learned Google site. You will be able to do everything on your own. And okay. And this is very important part for all the educators. Like, so some of you might have done B.Ed or M.Ed. And so like in B.Ed and M.Ed, we learn about the pedagogy for 2 to 4 years, right? Now, digital pedagogy is becoming equally important, right? So here, with the help of this certification and training program, even I will not say you will learn 100% of digital pedagogy, because digital pedagogy is a very huge concept, but you will start learning the important concept of digital pedagogy, right? How to use it, when to use it, and difference between your classroom and digital, which thing you should teach digital, which thing you should teach online, in the classroom. So those are going to be the part, and you'll be learning about the project-based learning, blended learning, the flipped classroom. So this is becoming a very important part for every teachers. And after this, then there is something called Google Classroom. So I'm sure some of the teachers are using Google Classroom over here. Are you using Google Classroom?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now here I will show you Google Classroom. Again, we'll start from basic to the advanced one, right? So in the Google Classroom, you can create your own digital textbooks. You can share learning resources using mobile app. You can distribute the assignments. You can give the feedback. You can conduct the quizzes, and you can check the plagiarism, consolidate grade book. Even class announcements can be made. So now what I'm doing, I will take you through Google Classroom. So I think in next 1 year, every teacher will have their own Google Classroom for every subject, right? So why every teacher will need a Google Classroom? So let me give the example. So here I'm going with my Google Classroom, which for my class 7th. Class 7 science, right? So here we are there in the classroom, and I'm directly going in the class 1. So can you see, this is my entire classroom. This is, for example, if you are teaching 4 classes, then you will be having 4 classes like this. So as of now, I'm giving the demonstration of 1 class. So here I can have my annual schedule, right, using Google Calendar. So in that schedule, so all the students, even they're coming to the classroom, in my physical classroom, my schedules are live. Everyone can check it, right? As a class teacher, all my subjects and everything is live. At what time, which classes are going to be there. After this, definitely we can have our outline over there, and even a question answer forum. What is question answer forum? In case if any students have a doubt, they can ask in the question answer forum. So not only teacher, but even a student can answer it, right? So they can search for those answer by unit name or by typing on the search. So you can have your own question answer forum in the classroom. After this, for example, I'm teaching nutrition in plants. So I want all my students, after my class is over in my classroom, I want to go through this video. Or sometime I may ask them to go through this video before they come to the classroom. Completely up to you. And even they will be able to play the video. After this, even I want to share some pre-classroom notes, right, which I want them to go through, and the practice quiz, right? So let me go to the practice quiz. So here is a practice quiz. So I selected the basic one. So I'm giving two kind of questions. So in my basic quiz, all images, match the following, even videos are there, right? So even they have to go through the video before they need to answer this, right? Similarly, instead of selecting basic, had I selected advanced, they would have got a different kind of paper. So this is the way you will able to conduct different kind of quizzes on your subject, and even you can gamify, right? So nowadays all videos, all children's, all kids are there on playing the video. So this is again a extension of Google tool which you can insert in your Google Classroom, and again we'll be covering this part as well. And right, so now this here we are gamifying the quiz, something like this. So sometimes nowadays students love this kind of quizzes. All right, so something like a completely like a video game. It will start playing, and it is showing the score. I can move the next, true or false. So similarly, it will happen right for all the quizzes. And the best part of the Google Classroom is the assignments part, right? That this is the so what is the assignment? So every time after every chapter or after a couple of chapters, we want to conduct some assignments. So here this is an assignment. So they have to prepare a document on photosynthesis in plants, and these are the different ways I'll be giving the marks: relevance, originality, presentation, images, citation, and submission on time. So what I'll do, first of all, while giving the assignments, I can select my mark category, whether this is going to be class test, project, or a semester exam. I can select the points. I can select the due dates in my topic name. And on this basis, I'm going to check it. Right. And after this, I have already got a couple of assignments. So I'm checking one assignments in front of you. So this is the assignment I clicked on, and we are checking the assignment. The first part, generally what I do nowadays, I want to check the plagiarism, because nowadays students are, because most of the assignments are digital in nature, whether they have to type in text from their own handwriting, they're copying it from the internet, right? So here I'm going and checking whether they have copied it from the internet or not, right? So here I can see 94% of the content of this assignment has been copied, and this is the source link, exam fee. So even I can see from where they are copying.
I think there is a limit to the plagiarism check we can do.
But 5 assignments per classroom, right? So which is more than sufficient for a teacher. 5 assignments you can do in a classroom. And after this, which is we call originality test, right? So after doing the test, now what I'm going to do, I have to give the marks. So here I'm using my rubrics. So you can create beautiful rubrics on Google Classroom, so that even students are getting to know where you are giving them the marks and where you're deducting the marks. So relevant details, yes, she has added, so 1 out of 1 mark. Unique content, definitely not, she copied the content, so she's getting 0. Add images, citation, footnote, something like this. And even I can give a video feedback. So let me click onto it. So even a video feedback is there on this assignment. Right, so every teacher can prepare a video feedback. Not necessarily you have to do it for each and every assignment. Wherever you want to give any critical feedback, rather than waiting for the class, okay, I will meet this guy after 3 days and I'll give the feedback. Immediately record the feedback, so you don't have to remember the reference point again. Just and I think this feedback is going to be of high importance to the students, because directly it is coming from you, and it takes hardly 1 minute to prepare such kind of feedback, right? So immediately once I've given the marks, all these marks will come to the grade book like this. So as a teacher, if I'm a teacher of any science subject, I can see my overall progress of the class, how much questions, who is submitting the assignment, who are not submitting the assignment. I can see the entire progress of my class over here, right? So and you don't have to tally the marks assignment in your copy, then keeping it in the record for some other reference, then doing it again, completely automated, right? So this is about classroom, and this classroom has been prepared by using nearly about 8 to 9 tools. So this is not only one tool that we are using in Google Classroom. So you need to know the integration of different tools. You need to know the features of different tools, and you need to know the different sharing rights of different tools to create such kind of classroom, but not very difficult to learn. It is manageable. And you'll be learning Google Form. I think we have already gone through the Google Form over there in the presentation. You will be able to conduct quizzes, take the feedback, you will be able to organize, you can get adaptive quizzes, you can add videos, images in the quiz. Google Docs, sheet and slides, all of you are using, most of the teachers are using nowadays. So here you'll be learning the advanced part of it, different ways of collaboration, how to protect your documents so that nobody can copy it, how to communicate within the documents, how to set the smart navigation, voice typing, how to do the research within the documents, how to do the plagiarism check, how to add the citation. In spreadsheet, you'll be learning about the basic function, filter, graphs, how to protect the sheet. Again, you'll be able to learn how to create a YouTube channel and how to prepare your own playlist, which you can share with the students. And then online Google Drive. So this is your online storage. So whatever you save on Google Drive, it is going to be there. Whether you are conducting, whether you are there in your home or your school, everything you can save in Google Drive, so you don't have to carry. And here you'll be learning what are the best way to organize your drive, how you can share your videos or files in a secure way so viewers cannot download them, share learning resources with various view, comments, and edit, right? And how you can automatically sync desktop content with Google Drive, which you'll be learning over here. Again, you will be able to learn how to organize your tasks, like for example, getting a Google Calendar, organizing an event, time management, appointment slots for your parents-teacher meeting, even all your schedule, all your calendars, you can make it public. And then Google Keep, which is your online sticky notes, where you can have notes, images, reminder. So you can do the entire task management using Google Keep. And even you can share this task with your students, and you can even set the reminder date, something like this, right? So this kind of thing. And the best part of it, this is going to be available from both your desktop and the mobile. And even Jamboard, which is your smart board. So how to use this smart board, again, you'll be learning in the training session. And the best part of it, Google Groups. So with the help of Google Groups, you will be able to learn how to create question answer forum, and how students can get their answer from the forums, right? So how you can create your own question answer forum on any of the topic or any of the subject. And other tools that you'll be learning is spreadsheet to quickly and collaborate and analyze the data, Gmail to automate the repetitive tasks in Gmail like labeling, forwarding, and even chat, right? Which is a very secure way. Instead of WhatsApp, you can use Google Chat for all your one-to-one or one-to-many communication. What's more, you will be learning about different advanced search options. You will be able to learn about digital citizenship, why it is very important, and even you will be able to teach your students about the internet safety and privacy, right? So why teacher need to become digitally smart? So previously, when I used to run these slides, I always used to get this feedback, right? Because of pandemic. Definitely pandemic, luckily or fortunately, it is getting over, right? And the pandemic will not be there after 1 or 2 months, but does not mean that technology is not going to be there. So now technology has become part and parcel of our life. And why? Students are spending nearly about 4 to 7 hours time on digital devices. In 10 years time, 9 out of 10 jobs will require digital skills, right? So this is very important for everyone, even for the teachers, to give this kind of skill sets to our students. Exponential rise of free and interactive digital content to teach students. Now, all your AR, VR enabled videos, different kind of videos, quizzes are available on internet, right? So now textbooks are becoming a bit outdated, and textbook is just going to become your reference book. But as a teacher, you will be getting lots of interactive content free of charge available on internet. So I think becoming proficient in using this, I think will help you in a long way, in the long run. And personalization. So some of the teachers even are creating personalization in Google Classroom. For example, I know some of my students are slow. I am providing different kind of videos to them, some basic fundamental videos. Some of my students are very fast. So in my class, not possible to cover everything. So I have covered some advanced concept in my one of my video and sharing my with my students. Those who are advanced in nature, those who are understanding every topic very easily. So you can create personalization in your class. So teacher need to become digitally smart to guide our student in this new environment. Sometimes this new environment can be risky, right? Many students are facing cyber bullying, cyber security issues. So as a teacher, if you're not trained enough on these devices and tools, then you won't be able to guide your students. To create engaging classroom, to personalize the learning environment, to reduce the digital gap between teachers and students. And finally, this is excellent way of gaining the respect of the students, because nowadays students are feeling very comfortable in digital devices. So if you, and so as a teacher, we can decide when to use classroom tools and when to use digital tools for any of the topic. Other things, blended is becoming a new normal. Blended means combination of classroom and online. So even new national education policies encouraging adoption of blended learning in the classroom. And it will definitely, it will improve your productivity. 84% of the UK teachers say technology save lots of time of the educators, and rise in online tutoring jobs. So in next couple of years times, many new jobs will be coming in online tutoring, where Indian teacher will be teaching the students, those are there in Australia, Dubai or US, right? So if you're good in digital tools, I'm sure this is the opportunity that you can grab. But technology won't replace teacher, but teachers who won't use technology will probably replace teachers who do not use it. So now I'll come back to the our topic, which is Google Certified Educator, right? And so you can, this is one of the highly valued certification. You can complete the training program. Exam fees is $10. You can write the exam at the comfort of your home, and duration of the exam is 3 hours, and passing score is 80%, right? So you need to be really good with all the tools to clear the exam. And this is the certification copy, Google Certified Educator. So this certification and tag always you can use in front of your name, in front of your CV, Google Certified Educators, and the tag, which will help you promote your brand as well, right? And the training programs are not necessary you have to join the training program. Even most of the things are available on YouTube videos. But why educators are joining the training program? Because on YouTube videos, for everything you will get 25 videos. So first of all, you have to select which is the right video for you. Part number one. And in videos, there are no mentors are there or teachers are there to help you in doubts, right? So here in live instructor training, we have expert trainers who will able to solve all your doubts during the session itself, right? So completely hands-on training, nearly about 10 plus assignments you'll be getting. So for example, if you're teaching you classroom, then even you have to create your own classroom, and we'll be giving you the feedback, point by point feedback you'll be getting from our side. So this is the way you will able to learn all the tools. There is going to be a mock exam, which will ensure you will become Google Certified Educator in the first attempt. Regular doubt solving sessions are there, because each teacher have different kind of doubts, right? So for example, I'm a mathematics teacher, how I will use it. I'm a science teacher, how I will use it. So you will able to get all your doubts solved. You'll be getting curated course material, limited size of the batch for the discussion, and separate batch for the beginners. So based on the assessment test, we'll identify who are beginners and who are regulars. Regulars means who are comfortable with technology, and beginners means those who are new to technology. So we have separate batch for them. Only difference is in the regular, we'll be having 25 participants, and the beginners, we take only 10 to 12 participants, right? So we can give more hand-holding with them. And duration of the training program is going to be 5 weeks, and 6,000 rupees is the price per participants. But if you're joining in a group of 2 or 3, it will become 5,000 rupees per participants. And next batch, we're starting from 23rd of September or 15th of October, right? So these are the base details. Even those who are clearing the exam, they'll be getting additional tools or training from our side on Kahoot, Canva, Padlet, Filmora, Nearpod, and Flipgrid. These are the tools which you can use with Google tools, but they are not directly from Google. And join family of 200 plus successful Google Certified Educators. So it's a family which is growing, right? So all these members are from Tech for Educators, and we have got excellent reviews by all the educators, right? So you will see 235 educators have given us 4.9 rating out of 5. So it is very difficult to manage such kind of rating, especially from the teachers, because teachers sometimes definitely by pursuit of their profession are sometimes critical as well, right? So getting a rank 4.9 rating is I think it's a very good, very difficult. And training by Google Certified Trainer, India's leading training provider of Google Certified Educator course. And we have trained teachers and professors from nearly about 1,000 schools and colleges, even helped 200 teachers to become Google Certified teachers, right? So what I'll do, before I move further, I'll just posting you another question over there with everyone. Would you like to become a Google certified educator? So you just have to say yes, maybe or no. And after this, we'll start taking the Q&A session from the participants. Everyone, please give your response over there. Okay, so I got the response from
I
most
have
of the.
one question.
Yes, ma'am.
And the question is, suppose you are taking 3 days in a week.
Right,
So
right.
can you just share with us all the contents that you all are going to, how you are going to proceed each week? Like, I just want to see the contents of the course.
So,
So
okay, so.
are you all covering one topic each week?
Madam, generally,
I'm just little worried
about.
about the pace at which you all are going to go.
No. So, madam, 15 classes are there, right? And sometimes, for example, Google Classroom, right? It's a big topic. So we'll be giving 2 sessions for it. 2 sessions means 3 hours. Some topics are small in nature. For example, Drive, so possibly only 45 minutes. So this is the way we have structured the training program, right? Google site, again, it's a big topic. So again, 2 sessions on Google site. So depending upon the this one difficulty level, we have given the weightage to each of the session.
And suppose if there is a case of a student not clearing the certificate, the Google certified, not becoming a Google certified educator, how are you going to handhold and help them to?
Madam, generally, then madam, we are conducting the revision session for them, right? So regularly we are organizing every month we are organizing the revision session, right? So we are helping, and 95% of the teachers are becoming Google certified educator in the attempt number 1 only. The only reason is that because even we are conducting the mock exam. So in the mock exam, we guide the student whether they should write the exam or not.
Okay. And one more thing, I heard that y'all are going to send us the video recordings of
Yes,
the thing.
yes.
So is it the recording of my session with the teacher?
Yes.
My pace is going to be different.
Right.
So
It's
is it
your
the
recording only? It's
Okay.
your recording only.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Monica, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to ask about the pace of the teacher, because for the beginners, it would be very difficult.
As I told you, for beginners, we have a separate batch and we take only 10 to 12 participants. For example, here we are covering all those sessions in 15 sessions. Over there, we teach in 17 to 18 sessions, right? So first of all, extended duration is there for all of you, and only limited number of participants are there, so that our trainer can take your query or you can do the handholding with you.
That means it will be one-to-one session.
No, definitely not 1-to-1. I told you 1 to 10. Right, so only 10 participants are going to be there in the class.
But I was confused. It was you are charging 6,000 for the students who want to do 1-to-1.
No. When did I tell you 1-to-1?
Okay.
Yes, sir. I also interpret like that only, that 5,000 you are charging for 2 to 3 participant in a class, and rupees 6,000 for one participant.
No. It's 21.
Yeah.
I told you, like in our regular batch we take 25 participants, and in the beginners batch we take 10 participants. Right. So otherwise, how you will be learning from other participants and from their challenges, right? So
in that case, sir, like we are people here, right? Let us say me and 2 of the participants from the group. We 3 of us combined. So that makes the fee 5,000.
Right. 5,000 for each participant.
For each participant. So let us say me, Monica, ma'am, like she's speaking, and another ma'am. So we combine together, for example.
Yes.
Each one of us would be paying 5,000.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
That is, for whatever the sessions are, like 3 days a week.
Right.
So that's if supposingly some any candidate for some reason cannot attend any one of the classes, so how would that be compensated?
So madam, immediately after your session, we are sending the recordings of the session, right? Okay. And also participants are supposed to go with that recording, and whatever doubts that they have, they can ask the teacher in the next class.
Okay, thank you.
Now, any other participants, any other queries?
So one more thing I want to ask. So my school is working on MS Team. We are working on MS Team, not on Google Classroom. But I
Mhm.
want to learn different kinds of tools which are being used and through Google.
Right.
I'm more, I want to learn more tools rather than doing with the Google Classroom. I'm not going to take any online class or
No.
anything
So,
like
madam,
that.
so
But
any madam,
yeah,
so,
I am more interested in learning new tools which will help in my subject only. I'm
madam, so
taking.
nearly, so as I told you, madam, 15 to 18 tools will be covering in the entire training program, right? So you will become proficient. So Google Classroom was a combination of different tools. So basically, we don't take Google Classroom in beginning. First of all, you will learn different tools. Then we'll combine everything in Google Classroom, right? So you will be learning all the tools separately.
Also, I have one more doubt. Suppose you showed us how to create a website, but
Mhm.
also can you just show us, like later on in the course, are you all touching on these points of how to market, do the marketing of the sites through?
Madam, if you really
Uh,
want to, there is another program which is India's first program on digital marketing for educators.
okay.
Right. So that is a separate course because when digital marketing is altogether a big game, right?
Okay.
How to promote the website and how to get the customer, how to talk to them, how to promote on Facebook, on Google Ads. It's altogether a different program, right? So we have a unique customized program for all the educators that we
Okay.
call it digital marketing for educators.
Thank you.
So in case you want to promote your courses, then that is the best program that you can pursue. After this program, you can don't do it simultaneously, one by one, you can plan. Any other queries from the participants? Anyone? Okay, so I think I have answered most of the queries. And otherwise, always you can get in touch with our counselors with whom you are in touch
Sir,
with.
one last question. Sorry to
No, it's okay.
interrupt
It's
you.
okay.
I am an art teacher. Okay.
Right.
So, is there anything specific to my subject? Are you going to help me anything? So I have a lot of doubts and the ways, the tech tools I can use to
Ma'am,
help
I think
students to
best
draw.
subjects for tech tools are social science and the arts. So many learning resources are available for.
Are you all going to cover that part?
Yes.
Or suppose if I am in a group of mixed teachers taking different subjects, will you also help me out on my subject? Because if I'm on a within a big group where other teachers are from different subjects, how specific are you going to be
No. For
in your
example,
approach?
I've given the example of Google Earth, right? So definitely, even if you want to show some museum with the help of Google Earth, you can do it, right? The process will remain the same, right? So we'll tell you how to pick the video, how to go, how to select the
So we
video.
do museum tours that we keep doing. But the
Right.
thing is, other tools I really want to learn and explore more art tools to teach.
Right. So, madam,
Yes.
for that, till the time you will be completing the training program. So basically, what we are doing for all the teachers, we are preparing an EdTech club, right? Subject-wise clubs are going to be there, which will be available after 1.5 months. After once your batch is over. So over there, what will happen? All arts teacher will get different ideas on different tools that they can use or use for their own subject. For example, social science teacher will have a different group, science teacher will have a different group, right? So we'll be having those kind of customized group for all the educators.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So for example, Google Arts and Culture is there, right? So this will be available in that club.
That's good, sir. That's very nice for us. Yeah. Thank you.
So we have just started working on it. I'm not sure. So let me show you something like this. So this is the club that we are preparing. Welcome to the community. Can you see? Science teacher, right? So if I click on science teacher, all right. So this is a kind of social media war, right? So they will get all the content in different cases where other educators are using it, right, on their subject, right? So this is the way they'll be learning it from our side, which will be available to you once your classes are over. Anything else from the participants? Okay, I think so. So great. I think we had very interactive session. Many queries were there. I hope, I think I answered those up to your satisfaction, and wish you all the best. Whether you learn these tools from our side, from anywhere, but these tools are becoming the part and parcel life part of every educator, right? So I just wish you all the best, and do learn it, whether you are doing it from us or from anywhere. Just learn it so that you can create engaging and interactive classes for your students. That's all from my side. Thank you for being here with Tech for Educators for this demo session cum webinar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.